Good evening and welcome to the broadcast here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. I'm Joel McCall alongside me, Nami George. We're at Roger Herring Stadium at Veterans Memorial Field in UWL campus in La Crosse, Wisconsin as we start the 2025 high school football season. I cannot believe that we're already kicking things off. It'll be the Central Riverhawks taking on the number 7 team in Division I rankings that I saw anyway, the Waunakee Warriors. Things are a little crazy when it comes to the media this year for Wisconsin. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of changes being made, so it's kind of hard to find what rankings, who's going to rely on what. I am fortunate enough that I have received emails from both Coach Olson and Graverson, so I know what's going on with these two teams, Nami. This game kicking off for the year, a lot of question marks when it comes to the Riverhawks. They lost a lot of players from last year, a lot of studs up front, especially that line of scrimmage that we've always talked about, that Coach Olson always talks about. Where on the other side, Waunakee lost 25, graduated 25. They also have 35 seniors this year.
Yeah, you know, Waunakee, you talk about the rankings, means nothing right now, but
Correct.
What you do know is Waunakee is going to be very, very good. They've been very, very good for a long time. They're a storied program. They don't, and Coach Olson talked a little bit about this in your interview with them on Monday, they don't really have down years. They rebuild. They graduate a bunch of guys. They got a bunch of guys in the holster ready to go when it's their turn. And so it doesn't matter if they're ranked 1, 10, 25th. Waunakee is a quality football program.
Yeah, it's the second year for Coach Graverson for the Warriors, taking over last year and had 10 wins on the year, lost in the sectional final from a year ago. And for the Riverhawks, last year was such a slow start. I'm really glad that Coach Olson brought up the big plays, because they really lacked big plays in those first couple of games against Waunakee, against Ellsworth. They started 1-4, then all of a sudden bounced back and shared the MVC, which most of the conference did anyway.
Well,
five teams.
You're right, and I think the lack of big plays was because the front of the offensive line was not doing their job. It took them a while to gel and get things together, and then once it all clicked, they started getting those big pop plays. Hopefully this year the line can gel a little bit quicker and get their assignments a little more cleaner right from the start, so that Central doesn't start out with that slow start that we saw last year.
Yeah, that's very true. And, well, it starts with those that are gone. Alvarado, quarterback, gone. Gavin Shepard, the man who got you 2 yards every single time he got the ball, at least 2 yards. Derek Pangier. And like I said, the most important was those guys up front, Jaden, Colton, Trayvon, Luke. I mean, you talk about, that's on the both sides too. I'm not talking about just offensive line, but the defensive line. Coach Olson is going to have to run some guys on both ends, at least for now. I'm thinking maybe by middle of the season there's going to be guys that step up, get that varsity experience, and then finally can spell some of those starters so they're not having to play both ways.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of different people up front there, and that's going to be a big question mark for this Riverhawk team. What does that offensive line look like? What does that defensive line look like? Because there's a lot of turnover there. The one thing about it, Joel, when you look at their roster, though, while there's a lot of turnover and it's a lot of new names that maybe we don't recognize on this field at the varsity level, they're not young. Right. I mean, they're juniors, they're seniors. Yes. They got game experience, maybe not varsity game experience, but it's not like they're running freshmen and sophomores out there on the offense. You're talking, Drew Hass at center. Yep. He's a senior.
Yep.
Okay, so he's played a lot of football, and you go right down the line. All those guys are upperclassmen, and so now it's their turn, and they've been waiting for their turn, and this is it tonight.
4 seniors and 1 junior are going to run on that offensive line for the Central Riverhawks, and on the other side up front, it'll be all 4 juniors on that defensive line. So as you said, guys stepping up. That's kind of what Coach Graverson said in his email when it comes to the junior class that they had a year ago too, was, well, a lot of them were just kind of waiting their turn and ready to step up. One guy we know is Cole Kraus. Kraus was the sub last year in the quarterback spot. 243 yards throwing last year and only 2 touchdowns because he had somebody in front of him. Vance Johnson was spectacular. They also had a 1,000-yard receiver in Caden McKenzie. Both those guys are gone. Kraus, though, sounds like he was prepared and ready to go, had a good offseason according to Coach Graverson. So that's the guy we'll be seeing under center when Waunakee comes out with the ball.
And you know what Cole Kraus has is he has a huge offensive lineman in front of him. They average 237.6 pounds, Joel. That will not be what Central rolls out on the offensive line. And so you're talking about size and power versus agility and quickness, and we'll see who wins out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, behind Kraus. There is running backs that did come back and that are taking over. One guy is, if I can get his, Drangsveit. Drangsveit had 465 yards rushing a year ago and 7 touchdowns. And then I know that Coach Olson had mentioned Bacon, too. That was another guy that really didn't do a whole lot against Central last year, but later in the season for Waunakee, he did play a lot of time and ended up with 419 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. So, and there's guys behind him too, receiving core. I'm kind of interested will Waunakee just really hit their running game? Is it going to be a balanced attack? I'm kind of interested in their offense just because it is an unknown to me.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of power running. I think they're going to use their size up front and see if they can just kind of maul the Riverhawks early on and then try and get it to some of their skill players. You mentioned Bacon. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. They have really good wideouts as well, Sawicki and Bryson Thomas. Yeah.
Yes, he's good.
And so I think early on in the game you'll see Waunakee try to kind of will themselves on the running game, and then once they start opening up with the running game, then I think we'll see a little bit more passing.
I did not realize that the camera had froze there for a moment, so it is back up and running, and so you'll see some people moving around, but the Central Riverhawks are not actually out on the field right now. It is a Thursday night. 62 games is what I had written down for tonight. The other one that is happening not that far from here is Logan hosting Ellsworth. So that is a game that's in the MVC. Ellsworth playing on that field over at Logan, opening up Swanson Field and a brand new facility over there too. So that'll be really nice for them to open up their press box and have their first game of the year.
Yeah, and that's a big game for Central to be keeping an eye on. Obviously Logan in the conference and a big rival, but also Ellsworth is where Central goes next week.
Right.
And so that'll be interesting. If people can send me updates on that, we would be very interested in those scores throughout the night on that one. That
is for sure. Yeah, otherwise, most of the other games happening Friday night. Monona Grove is playing today. So is Sun Prairie East, and that's it. Those are the 2 teams in the Badger Large that I want to write down too. So there are some Thursday games, mainly everything taking place on Friday. And what I mentioned at the start of the broadcast is with as far as media and where these things are going, that if you don't know, with sports kind of, and the WIA, I think, even said stuff might be going off to Max Preps. Bound is a new one that is coming out within this year, and in fact just got launched. Really, the rosters started being uploaded today.
Oh.
So Bound is going to be, I think, where most of football things will be posted throughout the year. From what I understand, a lot of the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association also wanted to go onto Bound as opposed to posting on either Max Preps or With Sports. It's kind of an interesting time. For me, as a media member, I'm excited for Bound because it's exactly what I used when I was in Iowa all those years ago.
Well, it's all in the interest of trying to find the best system, and if Bound is the best system, let's give it a try and see what it does. It sounds like the coaches are excited about it, and hopefully it's good for us up here too.
I know. See, that's all it is. We just have to find the right place and where all the information is, because we're trying to bring you as much as we can for our broadcast throughout the year. And of course, we're planning on bringing you all the broadcasts when it comes to football and doing a ton of volleyball. There's a few things we'll probably miss for volleyball. We are going to do some boys soccer. We'll run through a little bit of the calendar and what we're going to be doing next week as we go on throughout the day. One guy that I did not get to mention, though, in our little warm-up, and I do want to go back to, is senior McCoy Smith. He's the real headliner for the Waunakee Warriors defensively. We'll be talking a lot about him tonight, because I even saw that he was projected as potentially a defensive player of the year in D1.
Going up against offensive linemen who have not had a lot of varsity snaps, so that'll be interesting.
Right. That's a guy to watch tonight. I'm waiting to see if they have the national anthem. The band is down there. Everybody's quiet and everybody's lined up for it.
Maybe they just wanted to hear our pregame, Joel.
Oh, they got their money's worth on that, Nani. Here comes I think we're waiting on the Central Riverhawks, who are coming out of the locker room now and running on. Hopefully that video is not lagging, because it looks like it is on my end, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. That would be coming in from, that's on our end, not yours.
New jerseys for the Riverhawks, Joel.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Nice bright numbers. That'll be easy for us up here. Sometimes when you're this far away, it's hard to see.
Black and white.
Yeah, no excuse tonight.
No, true. Do want to thank Matthey Construction. They are our number one sponsor again this year, as they were last year. And we have many more sponsors that we will get to throughout the night. But, man, the sponsorship really took off these last 2 weeks. If you're a business that wants to get a hold of us, great. That'd be Mark Ambrose at the high school or Nami George at Central High School. You can certainly help us out with new equipment, things like that. We are receiving some new equipment here pretty soon, so that's exciting too.
125 broadcasts last year through the 3 sports seasons.
Well, and a lot of that for spring was you doing those. And there we go. So we'll have the national anthem.
And Jason Hardy.
See here, Mr. Hansen announce for the band. The national anthem, a Thursday night football game.
Joel, I'm really interested to see. I know we talked about how awesome Waunakee is and what a great program they are. Of course, they got state titles under their belt and a very storied program. But the thing about Central is we know those kids out there. Gabe Service at quarterback, Anthony Jones. We've seen those guys in other sports. They are so competitive. Christian Rudrud would run over his mother if she was in between him and the end zone. I mean, these guys are so competitive. I'm anxious to see how they match up with a team like Waunakee, who's so dominating and powerful and strong. I woke up this morning and I said, I got to get out of bed. Christian Rudrud plays football tonight. And I've been waiting for it all since end of last year. The biggest thing tonight, Joel, for the Riverhawks is come out of this healthy.
Right.
Can't have injuries.
And that's what Coach Colburn had said even on Twitter is who won their scrimmages. And he said 0 injuries within their scrimmage. So you're exactly right. The thinking is right on par with, I'm sure, what both these teams are thinking about. This is the third meeting between these two teams in 3 years. The last two were down in Waunakee 2 years ago in the playoff game. Second round, 42-0 Waunakee. Last year, 38-0. Rudrud was held to only 16 yards rushing in that game. And mainly seniors helped the Warriors because, as we talked about, they had a ton of them. Johans had 6 catches for 81 yards and 1 touchdown. And Drangsveit had 9 carries for 63 yards and 1 touchdown. So those are guys that you're going to talk about tonight, but didn't necessarily have the biggest impact because Johnson did that too last year.
Looks like Waunakee will receive the ball first. We'll get a chance to see that big offensive line go to work right away.
Yes, they'll move right to left on your screen. Do see number 16, Mosalem, out in the back to return, trying to catch the other one as well. I asked one of the coaches who would be the guys that do return, and he goes, that'll be changed throughout the night. I'm like, okay, good.
It's like Anthony Jones to do the kicking for the Riverhawks.
Which we did not know that either because the kicker was not identified.
That might have been decided pregame.
Right, that's true. Good point. High up here on Veterans Memorial Field, Roger Herring Stadium.
It's great to be back, isn't it, Joel?
It is.
Yeah.
Nice to have you with me, too. Last year, first game of the year, you were not. Or no, it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was last year, yeah. And away we go. Jones, short kick, and bounce over by the 30-yard line. Over there is Murphy. Who touched it first? Who has the ball? This is a mad scramble at the 32-yard line.
That ball was live and just rolling on the field. You saw the Riverhawks diving after it. Waunakee fortunate to fall on top of that.
Yes, because it was number 30, Murphy, that was over there first. Good job by Ray to get zoomed in, too, on the stream. Oh, here we go. First down at the 32 then of their own. Hand off inside, and that is Drangsveit. They'd be wrapped up after a gain of 1.
Good defensive penetration there. Karan Carter coming off the edge.
We'll be talking about starters here in just a minute, but it looks like Waunakee going to go quickly.
Not going to let us get our starter graphic
gain
up.
Of 2. No, we got a sponsor for that. Drangsveit again over to the far side and wrapped up by Service. Coming over right at the 40-yard line. Gain of 6, and it'll be a 3rd down and 2 for Waunakee. Off to that right side on both. That right side, Shipper and Fosbender are the 2 right guard and right tackle. Tiedemann, that is their center. Talking about seniors at a right guard and right tackle. Another handoff, but this is wrapped up. Yes, and a big-time play shooting that gap. Inside is Arntz, and then he is the one that got through, and a host of others that came through. Stopped Drangsveit in a negative play, and it brings up 4th down. Back to punt will be number 21, Pfeiffer, for Waunakee.
How about a 3-and-out right away for the Riverhawk defense? Going to have to use a timeout here, though. That'll allow us maybe to get some starters out.
Yeah, that was -3 on that last play, and it looks like a punt will be coming for Waunakee. You're exactly right. Let's bring up those starters quickly because a lot of these guys you're going to see on both. It is brought to you by Pettibone, so thank you for that. Pettibone Resort is the sponsor for our starters this year. Cole Krause, there's that quarterback that we talked about. A lot of juniors and seniors. Drangsveit has had the 3 carries already. Swicky on the outside along with Thomas. The slot guy's Bacon. I'm sure we're going to see him at some point in the tight end there. Junior Mac Johnson. If they want those, then they can eat them. That's fine. Fosbender, Shipper, Heidemann, Schutz, and Olson, the offensive line there. And then for the defensive starters for Central, Nachman, a guy you're going to see on both sides. Arntz had that nice big play there to force the 4th down. Williams, a new guy on that. Flores last year. So there's some guys that you're going to see. Hatch, you mentioned. Carter made a stop, but then you've got Service, Jones, Rudrud, all as D-backs in the backfield.
Pretty athletic defensive backfield.
Yes, it is. So 4th down and 5 at the 37.
I don't know what the delay is here.
I'm not sure. We got coaches on the field. Back to return will be Anthony Jones for the Central Riverhawks. This was a timeout taken by Central, but it is Waunakee that's coming off the sideline and discussing things. So thank you, Pettibone Resort, for being one of our sponsors this year and providing the starters for tonight's game for the Waunakee offense and Central Riverhawk defense.
Boy, Coach Leszewski, defensive coordinator for the Riverhawks, could not have scripted that first drive any better. 3-and-out, get a tackle for loss on 3rd and short, and the confidence that'll bring for the Riverhawk defense.
Right, huge. That's a big-time play there that the Riverhawks made on that 3rd down. So Pfeiffer back to punt. Stands at his 25. Lefty kick, high, spiraling to the 15, and then muffed as Jones could not catch it cleanly, and a recovery by Kralum.
That is not what you wanted. It was a great punt, high, spiraling kick. Jones had to retreat and I wonder if he got into the sun area. You can see the field. You see where the shadows are and where the sun shines through.
Right.
And I wonder if he was fighting the sun a little bit, went right through his hands, and that defense going to be tested very early now.
And so what was a 3rd down, or a 3-and-out, as Nami had said, turns into a 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line. The markers aren't even up yet. Drangsveit over to the right side, bouncing off 2, drop down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 5.
Waunakee trying to show off the power run game here. Again, trying to bring more defenders into the box, and I think that's when we'll see them air it out a little bit.
You would think so. Double wide receivers on this near side. Krause. Drangsveit again. Still off to the right side. Had a big hole this time. Reaches out. They call him short at the 1.
Boy, I thought he reached across the goal line
there.
there.
Gain of 3. So it'll be 1st down and goal. As that moves the sticks. 1st down and goal at the 1. All been Drangsveit so far. and over to the right side. That's all Waunakee has done. That snap was a little off, but it didn't matter. Drangsveit in for 1 and the 1-yard TD.
Back-breaking for the Riverhawks after getting the 3 and out. You're playing a team like Waunakee. You cannot make mistakes. Got to play clean. Of course, Coach Olson talks about the turnovers every single week.
Right.
Against a team like Waunakee, they make you pay when you mess up.
So it'll be Lutz to kick the extra point. Up and through. So PAT, yes, and a 7-0 lead. So 7-0 our score. We're going to take a quick timeout as we need to thank these great sponsors.
Matthey Construction Company is proud to be a Riverhawk community sponsor. Matthey Construction Company is a family-owned asphalt contractor and major supplier of aggregates. Throughout the Midwest, the company plans and completes road construction projects such as asphalt highways, driveways, and parking lots. Beyond the road, Matthey offers additional career opportunities, for example, at its highly specialized research and development facility located in Onalaska. The company's team of top chemists and engineers conducts industry-leading research to continually improve the performances of its products and develop sustainable green technologies. Whether in the lab, office, or out on the roads, Matthey Construction Company aims to inspire the next generation of innovative thinkers. Learn more about the diverse career opportunities in legal, HR, research and technology, accounting, environmental services, engineering, operations management, safety, and more at www.matthey.com.
A 7-0 lead for Waunakee Warriors after a forced 3 and out by the Central Riverhawks. A muff punt by Jones gave them excellent field position around the 14-yard line for the Waunakee Warriors, and they cash in with Drangsveit on the 1-yard touchdown to lead 7-0, as Lutz PAT was good. It's Lutz that has it on the tee now for Waunakee. And the kickoff. Deep one. Forget about it. Jones says nope. And so does Connor Groth, who's back there. They both just looked at each other. No.
Made it through the upright on the bounce, Joel.
Yeah.
Should be worse than points.
True. So 9:47 and it's Central for the first quarter, and it'll be the first time that we see Service under center as a legit quarterback. Now, last year he did throw the ball a few times, ended up 6 of 9 on the year, 248 yards and 4 touchdowns, mainly on the run, though, 519 rushing yards and 4 TDs. The junior will take over after Jude Alvarado graduated.
So 2/3 of his passes last year ended up in the end zone. If he does that this year, Central's going to be okay.
True. A lot of halfback passes last year. One to the left and right. Moving Carter. Carter kind of shuffled that. That exchange was a little off, and he runs directly into just a whole host of Waunakee Warriors for no gain. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but did you think that mesh was a little off?
Yeah, there was something a little off there. The timing wasn't great, and the exchange was not great.
So you got Growth on the near side. Carter goes back to the far side. He was the man in motion last. It's Rudrud in the backfield with Service. And off Rudrud, looking for a hole. Can't find one as he's hit and popped pretty hard by McCoy Smith. So the guy that we were talking about, one of those guys that were highlighted in that article I read earlier this week for Division I Defensive Player of the Year, well, makes a great stop there, tracked Rudrud for a gain of just 2 and a 3rd down and 8.
And you can see why he gets the attention that he does. Rudrud does not get hit like that typically.
No.
We usually see him knocking the other guys down. McCoy comes flying through.
Service again, back to pass. Looks and scrambling, goes through, tackled from behind. Service holding onto the ball. He's fine on that, but gain of just 1. Try and get the number for you. Number 44, that would be Kyan Newman on the tackle.
And you see some of the offensive line struggles here early as Service didn't have hardly any time to survey the field at all. Was really running for his life once he caught the ball.
Correct. So a punt coming for Central on the 3 and out. Well, Service is the punter. Trying to catch a number on the returner. He's sitting right at the 50-yard line, but Service had to get it off quickly. Lots of pressure by Smith. Fair catch made and caught at the 44-yard line of Central's by Newman. So Newman on the fair catch, and Waunakee will take back over. We didn't even get to go to our starters for the Central offense.
We'll have to get them on the next drive.
We will. We'll certainly get that 44-yard line.
It's a good field position here for the Waunakee offense.
Yep. You think about being down 7-0 already after the muff punt, which you are going to force a 3-and-out. Trips over that far side. Central just trying to line up over there. Rude getting over there to get the slot man, but instead it's a handoff. First carry here by Colin Murphy, and it's a big one. He's past the 20, past the 15, in fact, as Wyatt Foley hops on the back for a little piggyback. And a big run there by Murphy for, what did you give him there? Took it to the 44. 30. Yeah, 30 yards. Yep. Right at 30 yards.
First time they've gone to the left side and found a lot of space there.
Right. They do have a really good tight end over on that end line with Jackson Kidd. There's another big tight end. Junior at 6'5". And they go back to Murphy. Bounce off another tackler inside the 5 before wrapped up by Groth. To the 4. Did he give the first down, or is it 9? It is 9 for
Waunakee's
Murphy.
offensive line getting a huge push right now. If you're watching at home, just watch the push once the ball is snapped.
And right back to Murphy. Trying to go far side. Denied or in. That is close.
They gave it to him.
They got it. Anthony Jones trying to make the tackle, and Murphy's in for 4.
Not the start the Riverhawks were looking for.
How about the changeup, too? It was Drangsveit the entire first drive. Now it's Murphy on the second drive. Lots PAT coming.
It's Waunakee. They come at you in waves, Joel.
Yep. Well, they're going to be tough in Division I. That's why they're eyed as one of the top 10 teams. That is good. Lutz is good to make it 14-0. We'll take another timeout. Come right back here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel.
Need a place to live or extra space to grow? Munson Realty's property management portfolio offers a wide variety of properties to fit all your business and housing rental needs in the La Crosse, Wisconsin, and eastern Minnesota areas. Whether you're local or relocating, looking for a business space or a home for just yourself or even the whole family, Munson Realty is here to help you find the perfect place. Discover the right space with Munson Realty, your trusted partner in real estate.
Escape the hustle and bustle. At Pettibone Campground, you can enjoy nature with scenic river sites perfect for family adventures or solo getaways. We also offer the latest in camper rentals. Planning an event? Our rustic banquet hall is your dream venue. Whether it is a wedding, reunion, or corporate event, we cater to all with exceptional service and breathtaking views. Call 608-782-5858 or visit pettiboneresort.com. Pettibone Campground and Banquet Hall, located in La Crosse, is your perfect escape and event destination.
14-0, Waunakee leading here. 7:21 left in the first quarter over Central in the opening week of the 2025 high school football season on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. So let's the kickoff once again. Let's see if he can make it into the uprights. Last time you said it was on the bounce. Oh, he did it again.
Did it again, yeah.
On the bounce. Got it in there.
Well, he's got a leg, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. So 14-0. Nami, you had a few things you needed to add in to our broadcast tonight. Maybe one or two things throughout the entire night. But
sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we got to talk about the La Crosse Central Fall Dance Camp. Of course, they run 3 of these each year. The fall one is coming up for the Youth Dance Camp Wednesday, October 15th from 3:45 to 5:15. Thursday, October 16th from 3:45 to 5:15. The performance will be out on the football field October 17th out here at UWL. And so sign your youth up, scan that QR code, get a chance to practice and perform with the Central Dance team.
Thank you, sir. We're going to see them later today. Service. No, that's not service. That's Rude on the direct snap. Tries to go to the far side. Might have got a yard before being well pushed out of bounds by 3 or 4 Warriors. You know, fire up the starters, too, when you get a chance.
Do it.
So there's the Central Riverhawks starters brought to you by Pettibone. Gabe Service at quarterback, as we said, Rudrud, Groth, and Carter, kind of your main guys that will be touching it. Nachman, Foley, and then that line as you talked about earlier. Davis, another one that's a senior at the left tackle, but this is his first start. Service looking, got a man, Groth. Oh, it was underthrown, and he still caught it at the 45. Cuts upfield to the 40 and just drops down. Actually went backwards a yard to the 41. Bounced around. The throw was underthrown by Service. Still caught by Groth.
32 yards, Joel. What an adjustment in the air by Groth to come back for that. He had beaten his man by 1 or 2 steps. Ball was a little underthrown. Had to come back. Showed some great ball skills there to get back to it, make the grab.
A dead wind, too. I mean, it wasn't like the wind disrupted that. And another quick throw. This is from Rudrud to Service. So now Rudrud at quarterback instead. That's gain of 5. Second down and 5 for the Riverhawks as they've crossed over to Waunakee Field.
Central realizing maybe they got to get the ball out quick.
And that was a quick hitch right there to Service, who's in the slot. Rudrud looks again. Made one man miss, goes off to the right side, bounced down around the 30 or 25-yard line. Farrell, the one that knocked him down. Chuck Farrell, a senior defensive back, 6'1", 201.
Flag on the play, though, Joel.
Well, that's never good.
Holding.
Well, that penalty backs him up 10 yards from the spot, which is at the 40. Tough break there for the Riverhawks because you think you're moving the ball, going quick.
Had a little momentum going, got into the plus side of the field. They're still going to be in the plus side of the field, I guess, but got in deep into Waunakee territory.
You go from a short distance, though, to now second down and very long. How about the switch right away from Service back to Rudrud for quarterback? That's what we saw last year when Jude Alvarado got hurt.
Should be 2nd and 15,
right? It says 4th down and 10. Do not look at that. That is wrong. Back to throw again. Far side Service caught it right at the original line of scrimmage. Reached out to try to get to the 40. He'll be a yard short, so 5 yards on that pass. Thank you, buddy.
That was a nice pass there. Rudrud had to throw it from his back foot. And that's a long throw for a quarterback to go outside the hash like that, and he got it there. And that's a dangerous throw because you have DBs that are looking to jump in front of that and take it back.
So 3rd down and 10. That's still not.
So we are hooked up to the official scoreboard here.
Yes, and it says 1st down and 10, but it should be 3rd down and 10. Correct. Our score just going with what they're pumping in. So 3rd down and 10. Got to think this is 2-down territory as well.
Definitely.
Rudrud rolls out to the right side, turns up field, made a man miss to the 30, 25, makes some contact at the 22, trying to run over Adrian Millen, and a first down for the Riverhawks.
Trying to run over, he ran over. And that's what we're used to seeing from Christian Rudrud.
What'd you give him on that? Was that 17?
Yeah, I had 16, but
16, okay. I like it.
Lowers the shoulder pads.
Yes.
Looks for contact.
Well, and he turned upfield, got away from the 2 that were trailing behind for Waunakee. First down and 10 at the 22 of Waunakee's. Central down 14-0.
Central overcomes a penalty.
All right. And Rudrud on the direct snap, just trying to move forward. Goes off towards that right side, towards Hess and Martin. Noah Hess is the right guard. There's a senior. Martin's a senior. Aiden, he's the right tackle. As you said, Hess is the center. And so with Drew, that's another new combo. 3 yards.
This is such a big drive, Joel. Chance to get back in the game. You don't score on this. Waunakee goes down, makes a 3-score game. You got a totally different game on your hands. Right. If you can punch this in, you're in this ball game.
Rudrud trips to the right side or left side. Rudrud almost fell. McCoy Smith was the one applying immediate pressure on that snap. Rudrud had no chance to even throw it and is lucky enough to Michael Vick his way on Madden back to the line of scrimmage.
He is number 7.
That's why I threw that out there. Thank you. Come on.
Well, it kind of looked like it, too. I think he went down, his hand went down on the ground, and he was able to keep his balance and turn it what was going to be a big negative play into a 1 yard gain.
That 1 yard, yes. He got a yard. Trips again over that far side. Rude. Man in motion is service. There's a double, what is that, crisscross. That does not work. Comes back to Anthony Jones, but he's wrapped up in a loss.
We've seen the Riverhawks have success with that play over the years. That one, the timing was not great and kind of got jumbled up in the interior of the line there.
Well, and again, you've got a guy in the middle that can just disrupt everything with McCoy Smith. And when you're getting pressure right after the snap, that makes a huge difference. So 4th down and 9 for Central as they lose a couple. Trips on the near side. Rude. Shotgun. Looks. Had to get rid of it. Oh, he didn't, though. Ran right into Smith again. And no gain. Turnover on downs.
And that's what you didn't want. The drive kind of bogs down after they overcame the penalty. And now the defense really going to have to get a stop here.
Which they did do on the first drive of the game, but then the muff punt. This is the worst field position for Waunakee to start a drive in the game. But you're exactly right. That's tough when you got a big play there with Connor Groth, 32 yards on the pass play. We have yet to see Kraus throw. Now we will. Goes with a little drag route inside to Kidd. That knocked away an incomplete pass. So first pass for Kraus on the year is an incomplete. Would have picked up maybe 4 or 5. Not surprised because of what Waunakee has done, as far as run. Murphy, Drangsveit was the first one. This time last one was Murphy, giving Kraus an opportunity to throw. Back to Drangsveit on the carry this time, past the 25 to the 26. Gain of 4. And 3rd down and 6. Huge play here for the Central Riverhawk defense. Got to come up with something. Peace sign over there, Indiana, and something else. I can't read all those. Maybe the other thing looks like maybe gumballs. I can't tell from here. Terrible eye test. And a middle screen almost deflected by his own man. Instead, drops into Bacon. Devontae Bacon. He'll shimmy and shake to the 45-46 before being dropped down from behind by Noah Nicholson, senior.
Boy, some shifty moves there from Bacon once he got the ball in open space. It was kind of a clunky play. They had a lineman that was right in front of Bacon, but he did a good job concentrating on the ball, got in his hands, and then he was hard to bring down.
Well, you think if you have a lineman that far downfield,
right?
Maybe, was that legal, but no penalty, no throw. Kraus goes deep, got a man wide open. It's Johans, and he's open for the touchdown, and he'll take it 54 yards.
And that was what we were talking about. Suddenly we're in a 3-score game.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. I mean, that's how quick that Waunakee offense can strike.
So Johans on that. Lutz will come in for the PAT, and just like that, Waunakee flips the field.
Clearly a busted coverage. I don't know how that guy, he was 3 yards open, maybe more.
And the secondary is really what you have for experience for the Central Riverhawks.
Right. Yep. Miscommunication on that one for sure.
Lutz takes a little bit off of it, but still good.
Joel, I don't want to go to break. I want to talk about the Riverhawk Rally and what a great event that was. The Riverhawk Rally, we'll put up the staff photo. There's the photo of the people that set up that Riverhawk Rally for you. And what an event that was. Had a chance to go to All-Star Lanes and have a night celebrating the Riverhawks and the pride of Central High School. And so the Booster Club did a great job putting on that event. And they couldn't have done it without the great sponsors, so we'll put up the list of sponsors there that helped out with that event. Hoping to make it even bigger and better for next year. I know the Booster Club is working diligently trying to figure out dates that'll work best and how they can make it an even bigger event. But, man, there were a lot of really good prizes, a lot of good raffles. some of the people won 4 or 5 items. Gary Podesky walked home with, I think, five baskets. I mean, he was winning everything. Warner Holinka won a bunch. But definitely worthwhile event. If you didn't go this time, make sure you don't miss the second one because
I plan on getting there next year.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event. A lot of fun. They had great music and great community support with those businesses there that were able to make that night happen. So a credit to both our booster club, the staff from the Riverhawk Rally, and the sponsors.
Looks like some great people in that picture that you showed.
Yep.
And then Coach Colburn was there too.
Ooh.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Kevin, I didn't say that.
That's
That was
right.
not me.
That was me this time. Oh, you always razz him. I figured I better get in on that too.
I would never, ever rip on Coach Colbert.
Just friendly. Just friendly fire. He knows. What's on the kickoff? And forget about it.
Well, you might as well not even put guys back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Got back there, Jones and Groth, and they're just eyeballing it. Nope, we'll forget about that. So 2:02 to play in the first quarter, 21-0. Hopefully we do get some updates. I know your phone hasn't been blowing up yet, but Ellsworth at Logan would certainly be a big one to know about. I will run through Sparta at Black River Falls tomorrow, Baraboo at Sauk Prairie, Medford hosting Holman, Onalaska's on the road to West Salem, and Toma's on the road. All of them tomorrow night.
Onalaska West Salem's an interesting game.
Not a single MVC team, though, playing at home tomorrow.
No Central game, no Logan game tomorrow. Maybe we can go watch that one and see what that looks like.
My family wants me home. I don't know about yours.
They want me gone.
Yeah, well, I understand. Rude on the handoff. Maybe a yard there.
Waunakee's defensive line so disruptive. You can't even have a second to see a running lane because they plug everything up.
You're right, though. Onalaska and West Salem would be a fun one to see tomorrow night. Right, practically in our backyard.
Yep.
Over at West Salem. I'm sure some of those teams are probably watching this and the Logan game, keeping an eye on things. Rude on the handoff. Another 2 off that. Interior line. Newman. I saw Farrell coming out of that too.
Matt Wimette coming through with the score update. Logan 6-0 start of the second quarter over Ellsworth.
You're talking about some turnover for those Logan Rangers.
Yeah.
We're sitting here talking about how many new guys on the varsity level. Logan, they graduated a ton of kids last year.
Thank you, Matt, for that update.
Now 3rd down and 7. We're gonna try and get to Ellsworth next week.
We're gonna try it.
Don't know what the setup will be like up there.
Something tells me Coach Heller will take care of us.
That's my guess as well. Trips over the far side. Rude throwing over there. Short.
Yeah, there's that dangerous throw.
I was going to say, if it wasn't short, it's a pick 6. Incomplete pass.
Took a pop, too, at the end of that play. Don't want to see too much of that.
On the coverage, Ducharme would have kept running.
Right.
Or Ducharme, pardon me. Junior defensive back, 6'4", 182. High snap, service with the punt. Had more time. This punt high in the air and caught at the 41. And Ducharme had that. And they'll move it to the 42. But here's the problem. I mean, Waunakee is the field position. It's good.
Yep.
Very good now. You know, we're backed up last drive to their own 22, but a quick 3 and out. And with that comes the Warriors in Central Territory already.
Yeah, you don't really want this offense starting on the plus side of the field.
No.
I mean, they can get the yardage on their own. Don't need to give them extra yardage.
2 wide receivers on the far side. A little fade route trying to go over and
what a catch. Oh,
incomplete. They're saying hit the ground for Bacon.
I thought he had that.
I did too.
That's why the referees don't stand up here and call a game.
That's true.
Broken up by Wyatt Foley. 2nd and 10.
So incomplete. Handoff. Murphy. Gang tackled around the 40. Gain of 2.
Riverhawks did a really good job that time on Murphy rallying to the ball. It's going to be hard to bring Murphy down with 1 or 2 people. That time they had 4 or 5 defenders there. That's what it's going to take to bring him down. 4 or 5 still the trouble bringing him down, Joe.
Right, I know.
Yep.
3rd down and 8. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Near is Bacon, who had the big, boy, he looked like he jumped early. Kraus pump fakes, throws, overshot his man. Otherwise, it's a touchdown. Had Musalem out there, incomplete.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
Yes, it is. All right, we'll take the break then. 21-0. Drangsveit, the 1-yard touchdown. Murphy, a 4-yard touchdown. Kraus to Johans for 54. All the PATs good by Lutz. That's your scoring so far. And we'll take a timeout. Second quarter coming up here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel.
The Central Booster Club is excited to work with you this school year. The Booster Club's mission is to promote and help finance the over 50 official Central co-curricular activities through fundraising efforts. Booster Club meetings are held in the Central Commons on the second Monday of each month during the school year. If you can't attend meetings, you can still help by volunteering at the school store and other events. With so many budget cuts, the role of the Booster Club has become even more important in supporting all Central activities. Sign up to stay updated on Booster Club activities by clicking the QR code. Go Riverhawks!
The La Crosse Central Basketball Association is dedicated to developing the basketball skills and character of young athletes who will attend Central High School. Please check out our website, lcbahoops.org, for more information about our year-round basketball offerings.
The La Crosse Central Alumni Association is a proud sponsor of the Central YouTube channel. The Central Alumni Association meets once a month with the main mission of providing scholarships to Central High School seniors so they can continue their academic pursuits. Last year, the Alumni Association awarded $63,000 in scholarships to 66 deserving Central students. For information on how to join the Alumni Association or donate, see our page on Facebook.
$21-0. Waunakee up on the Central Riverhawks. As Waunakee sitting at a 4th down and 8 at the Central 40. They will punt away, play the field position game. And Service catches on the fair catch and around the 7-yard line.
Kind of surprised they punted there, Joel.
You're up 21. Nothing, and might as well play the field position game. Their worst field position of the night was the 22, and they scored in 4 plays.
True.
That time, Central rallied to the ball better. A couple incomplete passes, too. Now 11:53 to play in the second quarter. Halftime, we'll see the dance team come out. We also need to run through all the things that are happening next week, which there is a lot. Ray, you can zoom in a little bit more. Go right and zoom in. As Rudrud trying to bounce to the outside, gets near the 10. Smith again on that tackle. Had some help from Ducharme. That's good.
Brought down by Ducharme and Smith. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
By Central would like to have a long drive here just to give their defense a little bit of a rest. Get some first downs, move the chains, change the field position a little bit.
Right. Okay. 2 on the outside, far side. For Central, a switch there, Service. Takes the snap. Tries to go and nowhere to go. Swallowed up Luke Hansen, senior defensive lineman. 6'3", 210. Nothing on that. No gain. 3rd down and 7. Just nothing on that push.
Yep. Offensive line just can't get any type of push off the snap.
That's why you see Rude trying to bounce the outside, utilize his speed. We saw that work in 2 drives ago where he did pop it to the outside and had a big run. That's where he had the 17 yards. As the clock moves under 10 and a half. That snap a little off. It looked like the middle screen and instead intercepted. Jumping up, Ellis takes it into the end zone.
Read that perfectly. What a play by Ellis. Read that screen, dropped back, jumped up in the air, made an athletic play, and gets rewarded with the pick 6.
Saw the middle screen coming and takes it in.
Ellis, 5'11", 207, and got up in the air for that one.
Yes, he did. Ran it back only about, 5-6 yards. That's all it was. Interception on the middle screen. And Lutz will look at the other side. As his first 3 were headed towards the soccer facility, this one good. 28-0. We'll take a timeout then, and Central will have it back in just a moment.
Mathey Construction Company is proud to be a Riverhawk community sponsor. Mathey Construction Company is a family-owned asphalt contractor and major supplier of aggregates. Throughout the Midwest, the company plans and completes road construction projects such as asphalt highways, driveways, and parking lots. Beyond the road, Mathey offers additional career opportunities. For example, at its highly specialized research and development facility located in Onalaska, the company's team of top chemists and engineers conducts industry-leading research to continually improve the performances of its products and develop sustainable green technologies. Whether in the lab, office, or out on the roads, Mathey Construction Company aims to inspire the next generation of innovative thinkers. Learn more about the diverse career opportunities in legal, HR, research and technology, accounting, environmental services, engineering, operations management, safety, and more at www.mathey.com.
Sawyer Ellis with an excellent play. A junior defensive lineman jumping up, getting an INT, runs it back about 5 yards. And Waunakee scores again 28-0 over Central here at UWL.
Oh, we got to get that.
Yeah, I was going to say that bounced near the goal line and then picked up by Growth, who does manage to get back out to the 20-yard line, but that was going to be a live ball. Was not reaching the end zone. Is Lutz getting tired? I wouldn't think so.
Or he thought he kept Central sleeping.
Right, that could be too.
I think I'm onto something here, Joel. I've been thinking about this. Last night I saw that the Central football team posted that they had, they have a team dinner before every game. Well, for years and years and years, it's been a spaghetti dinner. Last night they did pizza. I'm wondering if it needs to go back to spaghetti because this is not going well. You got to have the spaghetti dinner. It's tradition. You think I'm onto something?
Maybe.
Yeah. You got a carb load?
I had lasagna for supper. Does that matter?
Then maybe you should be out there. You're loaded with carbs.
Oh, never mind. It's something back here. 2 wide receivers on the near side. Got to keep an eye on who the quarterback is. This is Service. That's him and Rude.
Oh, my goodness.
And there's Smith again. Just absolutely blowing up the play. A loss of 5. What do you do with him?
Not run at him, I guess. Where's that number 11? That looked like Micah Parsons coming in and disrupting a play. Man, they are impressive, aren't they, Joel?
They are.
They really are. They're athletic. They do everything so precise. Their footwork is so perfect. The quarterback drops back, and it just looks so perfect. Their footwork from their offensive and defensive line.
And that's what Coach Olson said in his interview, too. That looks so well, and that does up and over the head of Rude. Service running for his life on that. Might have scrambled 7 yards.
Central not able to get that crispness because they don't have time to set up anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the issue comes.
I will say this. They look impressive. I hope I never see them again.
Yeah, right.
Because they're a Division I team. I don't know how much this really helps Central, but I know Waunakee had dropped off. This is why they played the home and home series, because if you recall, that Big Rivers Conference with all the Eau Claire teams, they all decided to play up north, remember? And then that's why Memorial and North dropped off. Central was looking for non-conference games too, and so they ended up false start. Growth on this near side jumped early. But that's the reason why these last 2 years have been against Waunakee, because both teams were looking for opponents. Now I have to figure that this may not continue, only because Central would probably like to play somebody that's either closer, and Waunakee might be the same way, because we heard from one of the coaches that they said this is our longest drive of the year.
Yeah. And remember, Central met Waunakee in the playoffs 3 years ago, so it's really been 3 years in a row, and none of them have gone well for the Riverhawks.
Right. So Rude scrambling, turns up field. He's a couple of my guys missed to the 25, make it near the 27. And give him 17, but he needed 20. And service will be punting for the Central Riverhawks on another 3 and out. Central's longest drive was 9 plays. They did overcome a penalty in that drive. This drive could not overcome the false start and the 5-yard loss to start on the first play. You really back yourself in a corner. Service, this bouncing into the hands of Ducharme. He comes to the 50 and will pass the 50. Near the 46-47, somewhere around there is where Waunakee will take over at 8:28.
Once again, Waunakee starting in plus territory.
47 of theirs.
Waunakee, of course, getting bumped up to Division I. They used to be in Division II.
That's true.
That's why Central ran into them 3 years ago.
That's true. Was it right after that they changed then? Were they Division I last year?
I'm not sure. I think they were 2 last year still.
Okay. I could not remember either. 3-yard gain here on the handoff to Solverson. This is the senior 5'11", 173, Jack Solverson, his first carry. 2 wide receivers on this near side. I think we got timeout by Central. We do. So 8:07. And why does the clock show 10:13 on our scoreboard? Well, we'll figure that out in just a second. It is 8:07 left.
We're having some bugs tonight, aren't we?
Yeah,
It's our first night back.
That's usually the case, yes. A 2-yard gain on that. 2nd down and 8. We'll take another quick timeout.
The Central Booster Club is excited to work with you this school year. The Booster Club's mission is to promote and help finance the over 50 official Central co-curricular activities through fundraising efforts. Booster Club meetings are held in the Central Commons on the 2nd Monday of each month during the school year. If you can't attend meetings, you can still help by volunteering at the school store and other events. With so many budget cuts, the role of the Booster Club has become even more important in supporting all Central activities. Sign up to stay updated on Booster Club activities by clicking the QR code. Go Riverhawks!
Kraus ends up throwing underneath after the timeout by the Central Riverhawks. Snagged out of the air on that by Kidd. So Jackson Kidd with the reception. Takes it for 7. 3rd down and 1 after the timeout by Central. Yeah, the clock definitely is not moving on the scoreboard, so handoff once again to Salverson, and he is stopped.
Good defensive pursuit there by the linebackers coming up and run support.
I know. I'm trying to get the number on that. I think that was Hatch. Brody Hatch. Coming in, 4th down. No gain.
Get a stop here, Riverhawks.
Waunakee going for it on 4th down and 1. Kraus still behind him or next to him, depending on where he sets up. Salverson on the near side. Johans, who has a catch for a touchdown. Bacon is in the slot. Salverson will switch and go off to the left side of Kraus. Hands off to him. Got a hole. And, boy, if he wasn't tackled by Carter, he's still running. Takes it to the 29-yard line for 9 and the 1st down. Yeah, so I'm not real sure what's going on with the...
Is there an update button on there when you click on it?
No. There you go. Yep. Kraus. Oh, double pump. Bacon wide open. Touchdown for 29.
Nobody within 10 yards of him. Connor Groth with his hands in the air. Here's a flag. That's going to be a celebration penalty. But Central's D-backs had a miscommunication there. I think Groth thought he had help. Coach Olson talking with him.
As you said, blown coverage somewhere on that back end.
Groth was on the 11-yard line when he caught it.
Right. Yeah, it's an unsportsmanlike penalty coming.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Waunakee.
It'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Did you see what he did? Did he spike the balls?
I did not. I was writing it down.
Threw it up in the air.
Threw it up in the air. Ray says threw it up in the air.
That's a penalty. No fun league, Joel.
It's high school, man. Just flip the ball to the official. That's it. That's all you can do. You don't get to do the people's elbow like you do at Madden now after a celebration. And a 2-point conversion and knocked away. Nice play over there by Josiah Dix flying in to knock that away. I believe it was 8. Or was it 6? That was Connor Groth.
Yeah,
Groth.
Yeah.
Pardon me. That's 6 and 8 on that far side. Why do you even bother with the 2-point conversion?
I'm not sure.
You make it 35-0. You get the running clock. Confused on that one. I don't fully understand that particular call, but 6.5 to play in the second quarter, 34-0. Any other updates there, Nami?
No, waiting for Matt to give me another one.
I'll tell you a few things that I got written down. So Central Riverhawks, they do have girls tennis invite. That's at multiple locations tomorrow at 1 p.m. Then they have multiple locations again on Saturday, 9 a.m. So you can really see a lot of girls tennis for the Riverhawks around the area. And then they have a quad at Marshall on Monday. So they have their season going. Girls golf is at Drugan's on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Boys soccer has a quad at Toma, 3:30 on Tuesday. Nami was originally planning on doing that. We found out it is not at the football facility. They are playing at the soccer complex, which does not have a press box or a way to really raise Ray up, and we can't just fly a drone around, so likely not going to be able to do that. And instead, Nami will be with me for volleyball. Our first volleyball broadcast will be Tuesday, 5:30, then 7 o'clock against Toma at Sutton Gymnasium here in La Crosse at Central High School. And then Ray and I will get real acclimated with one another because we'll be heading off to the Unalaska tournament for the girls volleyball team on Wednesday and Thursday. Noon is the start time for Wednesday.
I might be there Wednesday too.
Okay.
Yeah, in the afternoon, not in the mornings.
Okay. I wasn't sure when you would be coming over. This kick then at the 25 after the unsportsmanlike conduct. Lutz will have to rocket it from there. And this is caught on the run. Jones finds a little opening at the 40, cuts back towards the inside and near the 50-yard line. Good return.
Joel, how about Richie Schultz, one of our loyal viewers, tuning in from Montana?
Now, what do they say about the video quality? Everything good on that?
He hasn't said anything.
All right.
CJ K's dad, Joey K, says that Waunakee won state for lacrosse last year. Remember the lacrosse was a
that's
WI sport?
right.
They won state. I'm guessing a lot of these guys that are out here now.
Oh, probably.
Says there are a lot of good athletes. Yes, that's an understatement.
Yes, we are seeing them firsthand. That's for sure. Boy, there's a name I liked calling last year. Anytime there was a sack, CJK.
He was fun.
So I liked calling him.
Good player too.
Yes, he was. Central Riverhawks here with service. Rolls out to the right side, looking. Coverage is good. Carter intended target near the yard marker, or the first down marker, I should say, but incomplete pass.
Joel, you talk about some of our upcoming broadcasts. We also will have lots of student interviews coming up with school back in session now. I had a chance to talk to Gabe Service today. I hope you had a chance to watch that interview. If you haven't, you should. And then I have a boys soccer interview lined up. We're going to be doing that here really soon. I'll have volleyball lined up as well.
Which I get to talk to a lot of the volleyball kids anyway.
Yeah, so we are back up and running with that. We'll get as many student-athlete interviews as we can. That's a little bit more difficult because it has to line up. I can't just pull them out of class.
Right.
At least most classes I can't, so
right.
We've got to line up the schedules, but we'll get as many as we can.
And the marketing team, we should be talking about the marketing class too. Rude bouncing off of 2 or 3, past the 45, near the 43-yard line. About 9 yards on that carry.
He's a tough runner, isn't he?
He is.
I would not want to try to tackle that kid.
I know he's marked at just 5'11", 205, but
he plays bigger than that.
He definitely does play bigger than that. Trips over the far side. It is Rude as the quarterback. Got to find ways of getting your skill players need the ball, and that's what Service did right there. Little hitch pattern, got right past the 40, came back to it, dropped it to 39, pick up a 5 and a first down.
That hitch has been there for the Riverhawks. Service with 3 catches, all for 5 yards.
Oh, he's in the slot, kind of covered up. Giving, Waunakee is giving him some room because they don't want to get beat deep either. And Rude having to scramble. Managed back to the line of scrimmage, reaches out, try and get an extra yard. Pop there by Sam Fallon.
Ruder did a nice job there, Joel, of avoiding the big hit. It looked like he was going to get sandwiched there, and he was able to kind of wedge his way between the 2 defenders, not take that direct hit.
Well, do you know who applied the pressure?
Who?
Smith.
Of course.
I just assume you'd say that because you could say it almost every time. Shotgun formation, Rude. Looks for the bubble screen. It's not there. He'll just carry and fly up and out of bounds. Marking him at the 37, I think. Gain of 3.
Ruder already with 15 carries in this game.
Now remember, he only had 16 yards total rushing last year against Waunakee. Back to Service at quarterback. Carter on the near side. Rude looks to throw. Growth out there. Came back to it. Got him and a touchdown.
And a late hit.
Yes, I don't know why there isn't a flag for that.
Oh, no, there isn't. I'm surprised there's not.
I missed the throw, but what a great throw there. Rude to Growth.
Halfback option. When you got 2 guys like Service and Ruder that can both throw the ball, that gives you that opportunity for that play.
What'd you have for distance?
Yes, I was just going to ask you that.
For
35?
Somewhere around that. I'll get it in a second. You're supposed to have those.
I know. They moved the sticks really quick.
Yes, they did. Extra point coming for Jones. Missed it. So 34-6 on the Central Riverhawks in 10 quarters. do manage to score on Waunakee.
And, if you're Central right now, you're probably not going to come back and win this game, but you're looking for things to build on.
Correct.
There was a drive that you can build on, right?
Yep.
The offensive line gave a little bit of time. Rudrud obviously able to make the connection with growth. You have skilled players who are very, very good. Give them opportunities to get the ball in their hands, as you said, on that drive there, and good things will happen, and the Riverhawks were able to do that. If you're Coach Olson, Coach Colburn, that offensive staff, that's something that you can look at on tape and say, here, this is how it's done. This is what we need to do every single time. So there's a lot to be gained from this game, even though the score is kind of out of hand. 37
yards on that pass and catch. I was trying the replay, too, and they go so fast.
Yeah.
Our replay system is only I can only get the last 7 seconds, and so missed out. I got Connor in the end zone, and that was about it.
And getting tackled late, you got that?
I got that, too. Yes, I did. Thanks for pointing it out a second time. Really needed to hit it again. You know what else is this weekend, though? We've talked about all these other things happening. College football.
Iowa State
also starts with Iowa State in Dublin, Ireland, playing Kansas State. That game kicks off at 11. I have a rundown of a few games. There isn't a lot going on this week. I do have them written down, so you'll get a chance to hear. Oh, boy. Good return to the 43-yard line for Waunakee. Coming out of that Murphy on the return. And I'll mark him at the 43. So now that we do have a couple of seconds, I'll run through what I wrote down. So Kansas State versus Iowa State. It's on ESPN, 11 a.m. I get to hear Dave Pash call that game, 11 a.m. Fresno State at Kansas, 5:30 on Fox. Stanford at Hawaii, 6:30 on CBS. And ABC has NC Central versus Southern in Atlanta. And that's the premier game on ABC at 6:30 this week. So not a ton of games, not a lot of big teams out there, but still get a chance to see some college football. And certainly if you're unfamiliar with the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel, I definitely hit the Iowa State Cyclones. So that's why Nami mentioned that. And a handoff on the counter, a stiff arm as well. Kind of tackled high. This is run by Dragsveit again. So Dragsveit kind of went away, then comes back. Now we got a Central Riverhawk down, too, past the 40-yard line to the 38.
Joel, there was one play that I missed in there. What was it? So my stats are right.
17 yards on that. There was three-yard carry the previous.
Thank you.
I believe it was Dragsveit on that, too. We'll take a timeout then with this injury, and we'll go to our donation sponsors. Karan Carter coming off the field. He is near the tent. So hopefully he'll be okay. First down and 10 for Waunakee. They lead 34-6 in this non-conference game, in a reverse here to Musalem, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him, and they won't. 38 yards on the reverse.
Well, they had a lot of room to work once they turned that corner, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Reverse goes through Andrew Musalem, who takes it in for the Waunakee touchdown.
Musalem's first carry.
Yep. Was.
Got it, 38, I said. A PAT coming. Which now it's not. A PAT would still make it 35.
Logan up 12-0 at the half. Thank you, Matt.
Low scoring affair there. Was Matt watching two streams at once?
I'm sure he is. He's a loyal viewer. He's not going to miss the Central YouTube broadcast. I promise you that.
Well, there's local media covering Logan.
Yep.
PAT up and good. I'm not going to mention that part of who the media is, but what I will say is if you're looking for Central activities, especially for football, we are going to be the premier when it comes to that for football and volleyball. I can say the same thing for volleyball because local media around here doesn't cover volleyball.
And soccer.
And soccer.
Central Athletics.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll cover everything we can.
Some of the other local media have kind of figured out to go elsewhere while we're here. And
Joel Matt texted me and said he is watching 2 streams, but he has Logan muted because he's a loyal viewer to the Central YouTube channel.
I figured.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. You know your watermark's not up there tonight.
Oh, I forgot. I took it off. Oh, no, it comes off when I put those pictures up. Thank you for reminding me. Get it back up there.
There you go.
Yep.
Got to have that up there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, we learned that over the years, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Our video's been stolen a few times. 3:32 left before halftime.
I'm guessing games will be taken off of the YouTube channel after.
Probably the weekend.
Yeah, after the weekend.
My guess is it'll be up there until Monday morning.
Then we'll take them down. We'll put them all back up at the end of the year.
Correct. That might only be for football. We'll see what Coach Williams wants for volleyball.
Soccer has a new coach, so we'll have to ask him as well.
Yes, that's true. A new coach for soccer. He'll be one that I'm trying to get a hold of this weekend, in fact. And Lutz does drill this one into the end zone for a touchback. So 20-yard line. And Central will take back over. So 35-point rule in effect starting in the second half for the running clock, unless Central does score here.
Oh, they're starting it now. Maybe it's the first half.
Oh, that must be.
So running clock is going.
Yes, it is. Dance team coming out then at halftime. It'll be Nami and I kind of quiet. Won't hear much in here. We'll be turning up our crowd mic, so that way you hear that a little bit more. Maybe hear the band a little bit more, too.
We're going to talk a little bit more about the Riverhawk Rally and the success that was. And
yes.
Talk about the dance team. And
I know. I was sad that I missed that Riverhawk Rally this year.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun.
We golfed that day, didn't we?
We did.
The day in the morning. Trips over the far side. There's that other hitch. Once again, Rude finding service for 4. I mean, I got to go out and hit a few golf
We didn't get out as much as we usually do.
It was only 3 this year. Yeah. Mr. Hansen, the PA announcer, was with us for our last. I was going to ask you if you wanted to go out early Saturday again.
Can't. Going to Green Bay.
All right.
Taking Jackson to the Packer game.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Poor, pitiful you.
We're excited about it.
Trips over the far side again. Rude looks kind of a bubble screen there. Service looked like he was going to move forward, came back. It is complete. Service turned it upfield, close to the 30. I think he's going to be about 2 yards short. So give him 4 more on that. Or 5 if you're generous, but I would say 4. And 3rd down and 2. I'm going to provide halftime stats. I have your drive chart all written out in front of us. We got a fun activity happening on Saturday, too, here at one of the local parks. They have Kids Fest at Myrick Park coming up at 9 a.m. on Saturday. I'm excited for that. Kids are pumped. There's so many different activities. Rude running, nowhere to go. Tracked down nicely. Johnson on the tackle, senior linebacker.
We've seen Rude have some success going to the outside that
Right.
time. Waunakee defense having none of it. Did a nice job.
In fact, lost a yard going going to the outside.
Waunakee able to stretch their defense and not allow Rude any lane to run.
Good job by Johnson, too. Johnson, one of those outside linebackers. In fact, plays on the far side, so he ran a long way. Central just, I think, trying to bleed clock as much as anything else. Trying to get out of here. 4th down and 3. They'll go for it with only 35 seconds left, or do they? Might try to get Waunakee offside. And now we have a timeout. Or no, delay game. Just took it all the way down. Loy May, one of the senior linemen for Waunakee, was nearly offside. Almost jumped.
He was jittery, but he held his ground.
He did.
Now the clock continues to run, so can Central run this out now?
I believe
they can.
Yeah, they should be able to.
Now the clock's going to stop.
And the white hat. This is where our wireless mic would come in handy. We discussed that. There is stuff coming for a federal grant that the marketing department got.
Yeah, we might be able to have that by the end of the season. Maybe?
Yeah, I know. That's our hope is that we would be able to mic the official. And instead, Waunakee just called a timeout anyway. So with 23 seconds left, Coach Graverson making sure that Central has to do something with this. So with the timeout.
Not a fan.
20. Well, and I don't know if the clock was really running.
Yeah.
Because it did not move. And so, yeah, that Kids Fest is, I know they're not a sponsor, but the parenting place is pretty darn nice to me. So I will help them out 9-1 at Myrick Park. If you got some little ones, I would take them there coming up on Saturday. And what gorgeous weather we have had these last few days. Finally got some rain too, man. We were joking about this at my house. I don't know the last time I mowed.
Yeah.
Because if I would have mowed, my yard would have been brown.
Yeah.
And it would have just burnt up. So our mower's been sitting in our shed for at least a month. And finally got some rain here in La Crosse. We needed it.
Yeah, the humidity kind of went away for a little bit here.
Yes.
And hopefully that keeps
and
up.
we had a beautiful night here. I mean, this is gorgeous. The flag not even hardly moving. 60-some degree weather here in La Crosse.
What a stadium this is. You look up and see Granddad's Bluff. And,
I
mean,
love that, too. I get to see that from my backyard as well.
Yeah.
So, just nice. I think they're trying to figure out how much time is left on the clock.
They're signaling to put some time back on, and I don't know if the timekeeper is keeping track.
But he says 1:05 though. Is that going down? They have 23 right now.
51.
Or 51. 51. Yeah, trying to go back to 51.
31? 51. 51, Jan.
Yeah, 5-1.
Well, now he's asking.
No, they did go down to 15.
All right. Yeah, they have coaches that have headsets, so they could
Right, I know.
up here.
That's, yeah. Service on the punt. And out of bounds at the 47-yard line after the punt. And with 7 seconds left then. Waunakee takes over. Change of possession. Does stop the clock, but then
they're winding it
now. I was going to say the official saying go.
And they should be, so that Waunakee can't get a playoff here. And now, boy, a clunky end of the half here.
Yeah, the officials are calling it halftime. That's it. End of the half then. So there is no possession there. You're right about that. Clunky end of the first half.
You know, the officials probably don't have a lot of experience with the running clock. You don't see that all that often.
Right.
And it's the first game of the year for everybody.
That's
so trying
right.
to figure out the logistics of how that works.
We've had some issues up here. So.
Yep. Here comes the dance team, though, Joel.
That's true.
And here is that varsity dance team roster. They're going to be performing to their Lady Gaga mix. Coached this year by Joanna Carmen and Casey Bruja, who have done such a wonderful job. But the members that are out there dancing showed 5, but it only looks like there's 4.
Yeah.
Isria Freeman Herdina, Anna Click, Elizabeth Osley, Brianna Thomas Sanders, and Chloe Wenger. But one of them is not there.
Right.
You see the rest of the dance team.
No, you can't see them right now.
on the sideline. Oh, yeah.
Ray's zoomed in nicely on the dancers. Just stay there.
So we'll
Now, hopefully we don't get kicked off YouTube for copyrighted music.
we'll let you enjoy their performance to the Lady Gaga mix.
There you go, yep.
Israel Freeman, Herdina, Elizabeth Osley, and Chloe Winger. The dance team is coached by Casey Bruja and Joanna Carmen. Thank you to our platinum sponsors, the Law Office of Peter Carmen, Jimmy's North Star, Badger Environmental and Earthworks, and Pizza Ranch for supporting our team. The Central Dance Team. The Central Dance Team. Thank you, girls.
So there is that Central Dance Team, and what a job those coaches and ladies have done. Seen the growth of that team over the years. Remember, it wasn't that long ago there was no dance team at all. And so Coach Bruja and Coach Carmen bringing the dance team back to Central, and they performed at our staff development get-together on Monday when it was just the teachers in school, and did an awesome job and do another awesome job there out on the field. There are other members of the dance team that were not performing tonight, so we should get their names up there. Jardiji Amadei, Evelyn Swartz-Jacobs, Sophia Hibner, Delilah Jordan, Lucy Riggles, and Danielle Stasowicz are the other members, so we'll see a variety of them throughout the year.
Nice job by the dance team then. Here's your drives from the first half. Waunakee scored on a 1-yard touchdown by Drangsvite, but that's because of what was supposed to be a 3-and-out by the Central Riverhawks. The fumble on the punt by Jones, he muffed it, and Waunakee landed on it, ended up at the 9-yard line, and scored 3 plays later to make it 7-0. Central 3-and-out, had a punt. Waunakee got it back around 8:28, hit a big play at 30 yards, scored with a 4-yard touchdown from Murphy, 14-0. Central with a turnover on downs. After a long drive, they had a big play from Connor Groth, 32 yards, 17 also by Rudrud on the ground to overcome a holding penalty. And then with the turnover on downs, Waunakee took it over at 3:13 left in the first half on their own 22-yard line, but it only took them 4 plays to score. Plays of 20 and 54 was the big one. Johans catching a pass from Kraus, and 21-0 PAT was good. Couple of punts back-to-back. Ellis ended up with that INT, Sawyer Ellis on the middle screen by Central. He ran it in from about 5 yards out, and a 28-0 lead. Central, after that INT, had -5 and incomplete, and then 17 had a punt again. Waunakee got it back, their own 47. 5 plays. The big one was 29 from Kraus to Bacon. They went for 2 on that play, no good. And then Central, their best drive of the game, they score on 6 plays. Incomplete 9, 5 for the first down, 1, 3, then 37 from Rudrud to Connor Groth. PAT was no good, 34-6. And then Waunakee just scored right before halftime there, a 38-yard run by Musalem on the reverse from 38 yards out, 41-6. Central ended up punting and running out the clock from that first half.
For Waunakee, yep, I got the stats for Waunakee. It was Dragsveit with 9 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown. Murphy with 45 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown. Selverson, 3 carries for 11 yards. And Musalem had the 1 carry for 30 yards. It was a touchdown. Kraus is 3 for 6 passing, 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Bacon, 2 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. Johans with a 54-yard touchdown reception. And Kidd with 1 catch for 7 yards. For the Central Riverhawks, Carter has 1 carry for no yards. Rudrud, 16 carries in that first half, 58 yards. Service, 2 carries for 1 yard. Jones, 1 carry for -4 yards. Service was 1 for 4 passing for 32 yards, had the INT that turned into a Waunakee touchdown on the pick 6.
Right.
Rudrud was 5 for 6 passing, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Growth caught that touchdown on 2 catches for 69 yards, and Service had 5 catches for 23 yards on that hitch that we saw Central hit a couple of times. I do want to talk a little bit about the Riverhawk Rally again, and I want to put the sponsors back up there because that was such a huge event for the Central community. The first ever Riverhawk Rally sponsored by the Central Booster Club took place on August 2nd, 2025. The Booster Club would like to take a moment to thank our monetary sponsors, All-Star Lanes, Thrivent, Quick Trip, Trust Point, Family Vision Center, Niebuhr Plumbing, Kendall CPA, J&H Auto Body, Schmitty's, and the Wilkerson team. We also had so many local businesses and community members donate items and gift cards. Thank you to all the Booster Club sponsored clubs and teams who donated raffle baskets. Without the lacrosse community support and the Riverhawk community support, this rally would have never happened. We are still tallying final numbers, but they raised near $3,600 and had close to 70 people in attendance. They hope to make it an annual event which grows in numbers and funds each year. And remember what that Booster Club does. It's not just the sports teams. We think Booster Club, we think
Right.
sports. It's not. It's all the clubs and all the activities that are going on at Central. If you're not following along with budgets and how budgets work for public schools, it's not pretty. Budgets are getting cut every single day. I think Josh Buxton, who's the girls' golf coach, said he gets about, what did he say, $100, which buys a couple golf balls. I mean, really, when you look at
Right.
the budget that they have. And so teams are forced to find funding elsewhere, and that's why you're going to have a lot of people knocking on your door and trying to sell you cards and coupon cards and all that kind of stuff because teams are looking for money to run their sport. Football is one of these sports that's really, really expensive. The gear that they wear, those helmets are $400 helmets each. When your budget is $500 for the year, that gets you 1 helmet. And so Coach Olson has to figure out ways to get 80 helmets for his program. And so the onus has really fallen on the coaches to try to figure out how to get that money in. And the Booster Club is there to do exactly what they say. They boost up the sports and allow the sports to continue on and provide funding to help. So, for example, the Booster Club might step in and say, hey, we'll buy half of your helmets if you can fundraise the other half.
Right.
And so you're probably getting knocks at the door. Hey, I'm with the Central Tennis team. Hey, I'm with the Central Football team. Would you like to buy a card? I encourage you, if you're able to support that. I know the volleyball team is selling gift cards to car washes at Quick Trip. You get 5 washes for $36. That's a pretty good deal. Usually, I mean, if you bought them separately, you pay more than $36.
Yeah.
Help out as much as you can. Those sports need it so bad, and help out the Booster Club as much as you can. Booster Club always looking for people to show up and help at their meetings. And then, of course, when they have big events, make sure you're showing up and helping with the Booster Club. They do so much for our athletics and for the athletes that are out on the field. And we just can't thank them enough. And thank you to all of our sponsors who helped make that Riverhawk Rally possible.
And if you're a
That's what I got.
And I was going to say, well, while you're talking about sponsorships, then, if those businesses want to help out too with us.
We're always looking for money too.
Yes, we are. Well, it's not just that, though. We're trying to help you out.
Right.
If you're a business, we're trying to get your name out there as well. That's the biggest thing, is that we're trying to make it a partnership with those businesses. It's not just, okay, yeah, we're taking some advertising money, some of that going to some sports, to the athletic department itself, some going to some new equipment for us, and travel and whatnot that we're doing to go to these road games. WIAA playoff stuff. You got to pay for playoff games if you want to stream it. So there's always costs there too. Those sponsorships that we're getting through the YouTube channel are going to those things as well. And then in turn, we want you to write your ads, get on with us. You've clearly seen tonight, the first half where we're hitting everybody at least once, if not twice, going around the horn for everybody's sponsorship. So we want it to be more of a partnership, not just, hey, we're taking your funds and we're just doing whatever with it. We want to help promote your business, make it your business as on the YouTube channel, and telling people that if you're listening right now and you head off to Pettibone, or if you are looking for a house and you talk to Munson Realty or Mathey Construction because you got something going on, great. Let them know that you've heard from us, or Dan Stacy for a house too. I mean, I don't care who it is. All these great sponsors that we have, tell them that you saw it on the Central YouTube channel. Thank them for helping us out too, because the stuff that we do and the equipment that we get is not free either. So, and we've updated. We've had some great upgrades here in the last couple of years. Certainly looking for others and trying to figure out the best way of broadcasting, not only here but also at Sutton Gymnasium. We tried some federal grants too through the marketing department. So hopefully there's some other things coming down the pipeline, because we just want to make it the best experience for you at home, and certainly help out the businesses that are providing funds for us.
So if you're wondering, you're a business owner and you're wondering, what can the YouTube channel do for me? We have some numbers that are pretty impressive that we like to tout to our businesses. We have over 2,200 subscribers to the Central YouTube channel, over 77,000 views on our channel in the past year. 77,000 people that are watching our broadcasts and hearing your business's name over and over and over.
That was this year?
That was this last year, yeah.
Good job.
Did 125 events, 77,000 views. One of our basketball games had over 3,100 views on it. So 3,100 people in the lacrosse community that are watching that game and hearing your business advertisement and what your business can do for them. So we have data if you're looking for data on how can we help out here. We keep all that.
Yes.
And we would certainly be happy to share that with you. And we're growing all the time. These numbers are on an upward trend.
Well, and we're adding stuff too. As you have done boys soccer, you helped out with girls soccer last spring.
Gymnastics we did
Gymnastics,
last year.
We got one meet on. I don't know if we're going to have that again or not. You did trap shooting, and I know that was a big thing.
That was one of our best hits for views, was
Yeah,
trap
it was.
shooting. Yep.
Oh, because no one else in the area is covering that
Right.
stuff. So.
We'll do that again.
Yeah.
The only one we can't get out to is golf. We got to figure out how to do that.
We'd have to sit at like one tee box. That's about the only way that would work.
That wouldn't be the worst gig in the world, would it? So, as we got visitors in the press box.
Yes. Your dad's hitting some of them on camera.
Yep.
41-6 our score. We usually have a camera up in the booth. We usually do welcome you up into the press box here at Roger Herring Stadium, but tonight did not have a second camera. We only had the one, so unable to bring you inside the press box tonight to show us on camera. Well, that's okay, though. I did have a nice new hat that I really wanted to showcase, but I didn't get a chance to do that.
I don't think anybody wants to see
Hey,
that
now.
anyway. So.
Even Ray says it's a nice hat. You know what? It's even better when it was on clearance. And I got Owen one, too. Owen got a new hat for clearance. $7. That's the price range that I wanted to spend. So
Did Owen get a Dolphins hat?
No.
Oh.
He got a Cyclone hat.
Oh.
He saw it, and he's like, can I get that? I said, well, for $7, yes. So, but then Raylan had to get something, too,
Oh, yeah. Got to be fair.
Her thing cost as much as our two hats combined. So it's definitely fair. It's her world, and we just live in it, as I tell Owen.
That's right.
He's back in school, first day of school today. How'd things go for you, Nami?
Well,
I know you don't really work that hard
Oh,
anyway.
no, I was grinding today. It was good. It was nice to have, we've been back at it since Monday. The teachers have. School is not nearly as fun on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday when there's no kids in the building. It gets fun when the kids come in. That's why we want to be teachers, get to interact with the kids, and so it was awesome. The energy in the building was great today.
You had kids in the building on Monday. My kids.
Yeah, that's true. We did have your kids in the building.
Throwing around dice in your office for like an hour.
So it was awesome to get to see all the kids again, and I know everybody kind of, grouses about going back to school and whatever, but there were a lot of smiles today and a lot of catching up with friends that they haven't seen for a while, and that's really what it's all about. So that was cool. I'm glad to be back at it. I'd like a couple more weeks of summer, but I always say that. So
well, and you had it was a quick turnaround this year. If you're unfamiliar, lacrosse kind of changed their calendar up. So what was supposed to be a longer break, well, you went late. They went late in the spring.
Yep.
And then had to turn around for an early fall start. Now, next year you should get a little bit longer break.
Yeah, this was the summer that was bad.
Yes, this was the quick turnaround.
That's why we didn't get out in golf as much as we usually do,
right.
Joel. Yep.
I was turning around to see what your wife had to say about you working hard, but I didn't
knows.
get much.
She knows.
I'm sure she had a good day, too. Work. Yes? Yes, she says yes. Kindergarten teacher.
Does she agree with me that it's better when the kids are in the building? Of course she does. She's a kindergarten teacher.
That's right,
so,
exactly. She's having all the fun.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But I did see one of our administrators today, and I said, how have things gone today? And she said, it's been really, really good. So a good kickoff to the year. Yep. So, you never know. Sometimes there's stuff that goes on, and she said it's been really, really good today. The kids have been awesome. So
that's good.
So we're off to a good start. We got school again tomorrow, and then
I know one said he had a fun day.
There you go.
At 4K.
Good for him. Oh, yeah, he's starting 4K. That's right.
He had a very good day, he said. Likes his new teacher.
Yep.
Likes his classmates. There's 3 from last year that are still with him this year. So there was people that he knew. And my 2-year-old Raylan was saying that she was going to go to school today, too. So I guess she's ready to go to school. It's just, you're only 2. Sorry, sweetheart. Yep. You have to come home and spend time with me. But
yeah.
Which... Although when it's just one of them, it's not too bad. My full-time job is a stay-at-home dad. But it feels like we're going to get the full-time job with this.
Yeah.
Football tonight. You turn around and do volleyball on Tuesday, volleyball Wednesday, volleyball Thursday, football on Thursday as well, up at Ellsworth. It's going to be a busy couple of, about a week. We'll have a little bit of a break after that Onalaska tournament and the football game up at Ellsworth. And then I think we go to the following Tuesday. So there is a little bit of a lull there, especially with the Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, and football playing on a Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a little bit, but then we're going to be hitting it hard, as you said, with interviews and things like that too. So as I said, there's so much football to see tomorrow night too, because we are playing on a Thursday night with Central here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. So there's football tomorrow night, as you said. Sparta at Black River Falls, Sauk Prairie hosting Baraboo, Holman at Medford, West Salem, not too far from here, hosting Onalaska, Toma's at Baldwin Woodville, and Reedsburg. Oh, I'm sorry. Reedsburg is the only other team from the MVC hosting tomorrow. I missed that one earlier. They host McFarland. So Reedsburg, the only team from the MVC at home tomorrow. Tonight, of course, we've been hitting on Ellsworth versus Logan, which is, what was that, 2 miles from here?
Yeah.
Swanson.
Yeah, really.
Over at Swanson. So, and you've had a few score updates on that throughout the night. So
12-0 at the half. Logan
which is
ahead.
Great. Yeah. I'm so glad that we're getting those score updates too. And
boy, you look at Central's schedule to start the season, 3 really tough games. I mean, obviously Waunakee and then Ellsworth, who always has a good program with Coach Heller. And then you open up conference season
at
Reedsburg. And they're one of the favorites to win the conference.
Yes,
so
they are. They got a lot back.
Yeah,
they did get a lot back.
So you're looking at a team that had a lot of turnover, a lot of guys playing in positions where they have not had a lot of varsity experience, and then you add to the fact that you're really having a tough schedule.
Right. Well, you think about Reedsburg last year, where they did have the off the field issues. Did lose, they had to forfeit some games. They came back, ended up losing to Central here, but they battled all the way back and were part of that 5-team MVC share. So
I think they're going to be really good this year.
Yeah, they got that experience after all the rigmarole that happened off the field, and then showcase their talent on the field once the MVC hit. So
clock will remain running,
right,
unless Central can cut it below 35, and so Central gets the ball first, maybe can get that clock to stop here with a score, but if they don't, this is going to be a fast second half.
Yeah, that's very true. Yes, it will. Got a funny story to tell you a little bit later in our broadcast, too, about what happened to me last night as Lutz into the end zone, nearly made it.
That almost went through the end zone. Hit about
right, yes, it did.
A half a yard short of going through.
Are you helping out with UWL again this year?
I am. I'll be doing the play clock for them.
Yeah, be up here. They don't have very many home games, though.
Only 4.
Yeah. I'll say they're short a little bit this year. on their home game tally. I wondered if you were going to get back up here.
Well, that UWL team going to be loaded again. They're fun to watch.
They were so good last year.
Yeah.
I need to sneak over here and watch a game.
Those games are fun. Yep.
Rude. Well, and I'm sure Owen would love it.
Yep. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
He ate half of your dad's popcorn tonight. And Carter, bobbled and dropped on the first play from scrimmage for the second half as Central down 41-6. As Nami alluded to, it will be running clock. Trish, can you hit the lights in here, though? Is that possible? We're getting a big glare from Ray now. Thank you. And Nami, can you put the watermark back up, too?
Yes, I can.
So second down and 10. Marker didn't change. Oh, there it did. Back to pass again. Rude. Scrambles to the near side. Looking. Coming back for the ball is Growth and first down. Caught it near the 35. Had to come all the way back, though. They're going to mark him about the 32 and a gain of 12-13. We'll see where it goes, but it is a first down.
Nice play there. Nice throw by Rude throwing it back along the sideline. Growth coming back to get it.
That's a heads-up play right there.
It is.
Connor's nearing, 80? About 80 receiving yards tonight?
Yep, 81 I got him for.
Yeah.
And a TD.
All right. Service will take this snap. Rude on the bubble. Service letting it fly way out of bounds. Some contact down there, but Service was also under pressure. And I think the Central coaching staff was wanting a flag for a hit to the helmet.
It was a high hit. I thought he got him on the shoulder pads, but the way Gabe reacted, I think it was on the head.
And now a whole host of new players coming in for Central. They have pulled all their starters. The skill players are out. So huge change. Well, I mean, you got to worry about injuries too.
Yep. Live to fight another day.
Yep.
Get these guys some experience.
Right. Tommy Brudos was the one coming in very late, and it looks like he's the quarterback.
And he already played a game today for the JV.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. You were over there for that.
Yep.
Tremel Jones on the carry. Sophomore, wide receiver, and Tremel, pardon me.
Gain of 4, Joel?
Yes. Yeah, 4.
So Central maybe going to let the guys play one. I don't know what they were doing there. One series or not even a series. Let the starters play 5 plays and then.
Yeah, maybe just kind of see where things go from there. As this is Jones again. Had a loss on the third down play.
Jones also played in that JV game and had a lot of carries. He's going to be a tired young man tonight.
That was a -2 on that. They'll bring Service back into punt. But if you're Coach Olson and company, not a bad idea.
Right.
You know, see what the starters can do. See maybe get a big play here and there, but.
And you got some stuff on tape that you can look at and
right.
make improvements on and live to fight another day.
That's right. And again, you don't need an injury anyway, as Strobel catches that on the fair catch.
Yeah, I mean, you think about if one of those skill guys goes down, if a Growth goes down, a Service goes down, a Ruder goes down, where is this team?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You know, you have to be smart too. And with that running clock.
Yeah, exactly.
We're already at 8 minutes here in the third quarter.
Correct. Yeah. So you just figure that. Well, my funny story from yesterday was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I get a random text message from a high school friend of mine. Says, "What town do you live in?" I said, "La Crosse, Wisconsin." I'm at the Hampton Inn.
Oh, well, there you go.
And so I got to see a high school buddy of mine that I haven't seen for years just randomly text me. And Solverson on the carry, gains a few out of bounds. Give him 4 for Solverson. And Waunakee moving here. But, yeah.
So what was he doing in town?
He worked up at West Salem
Oh.
doing some stuff for some corporation. And so he's got some government job that he was in town for and said, well, I come around once in a while and figured I'd see you.
That's cool.
We went out and thought we had a nice, quiet place to talk and have a beverage or two. No, I didn't partake in that. I had a Pepsi, but still.
That's a beverage.
That is a beverage. And so about an hour and a half into our nice conversation that we're having, karaoke night.
Oh, there you go.
Just pops in, and they're, oh, my gosh, we could barely hear each other
So
talk.
what song did you sing?
I did not sing.
What?
I thought about it, but thought better of it. You know, I wanted to make sure my vocal cords were solid for you tonight, so I did not do any of that. Now, this is a different quarterback, too. This is Trudell, on the little flip. Ended up being a first down. Gain of 6 as that went to Solverson out of the backfield. So, different quarterback, too, for Waunakee as Aaron Trudell. Junior quarterback, 6 foot. And throws another bubbler over on that far side. Haviland on that catch for a couple. And we got an injury by a Waunakee.
And that's what you don't
Right.
want to see either side.
Carson Schilling on the stop. There's an injured Warrior on the field. Official timeout.
I think that's one of their offensive linemen.
Senior offensive lineman. Colin
Huber.
Setzig.
Yeah, Setzak.
Setzak.
Yeah. Huber Setzak is the one down. Ugh. Well, you don't want to see that. It was a gain of 3.
Colin, a big guy, too, 6'6".
Yes, he is. Yep. One of those key guys on the line. 6'6", 201 he's marked as. Hope it's just a cramp or something like that.
Right.
Well, we'll take a quick timeout, come back.
Mathey Construction Company is proud to be a Riverhawk community sponsor. Mathey Construction Company is a family-owned asphalt contractor and major supplier of aggregates. Throughout the Midwest, the company plans and completes road construction projects such as asphalt highways, driveways, and parking lots. Beyond the road, Mathey offers additional career opportunities, for example, at its highly specialized research and development facility located in Onalaska. The company's team of top chemists and engineers conducts industry-leading research to continually improve the performances of its products and develop sustainable green technologies. Whether in the lab, office, or out on the roads, Mathey Construction Company aims to inspire the next generation of innovative thinkers. Learn more about the diverse career opportunities in legal, HR, research and technology, accounting, environmental services, engineering, operations management, safety, and more at www.mathey.com.
(41-6) as Huber Setzak does come off the field, which is good to see. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Handoff to Solverson again as he's getting the bulk of the carries. 9 yards on that for the first down. For Waunakee, as the clock moves, we're already under 6 minutes. A bubble screen over the far side to Haviland again, I think.
Nice moves there by Evelyn.
Yes, it was. Past the sticks.
Pass complete to Dane Haviland.
12. First down. Trying to get some of the Riverhawks out there too. Bellamy, senior defensive back. He's playing on this near side, I see. Reuben Smith and junior. He got to play some last year, I thought.
Yep.
Getting a chance to see some of the numbers. 19 Carson Schilling, junior. He's playing the D-back spot. Coming on is Logan Ollinger, sophomore, linebacker. So some new guys. Ivan Smith, a senior, playing on the, looks like D-line.
Offside penalty, giving them 5 free yards.
Yep.
Trudell 3 for 3 since coming in.
Well, you said that half this defense played earlier tonight.
Yeah,
of course they're
did.
going to be tired.
Yep.
Playing that JV game. And a handoff and a loss on this.
Nice.
Oliver Walker coming in, a sophomore.
Nice play there.
Loss of a couple.
Broke through that offensive line.
Yeah, called a loss of 2.
Gets the tackle for loss.
It's good. Sophomore.
Isaiah's little brother.
I was going to say, we've seen some walkers.
Yep.
That same bubble screen. Haviland dropped it. Just flat out dropped it. Incomplete.
I think looking to move before he had the ball.
Yes. Reuben Smith was the one trying to come up to make a tackle as there was good protection out there. He had a good block. Run it far side. Seng Jiang, I think, is out there. That far side. I think that's number 11. It's hard to tell. We're a long ways away from the field if you can't tell.
Yep.
More movement. Which side?
Offensive line got a little head start there. Somebody not on the same snap count.
Yeah. I think that was Vance Millen. 65. But the officials discussing things. Clock continues to move under 4. 41-6. And that's exactly what they get. A false start on Waunakee. Now moving back 5.
Central will have better days. They're not going to
yeah.
face Waunakee every weekend.
Right.
If you remember last season, as exciting as that season was, it started out the same way.
Yes, it did. They were 1-4. And then ripped off wins to take a share of the MVC. Lost the art game. That art game was a big one last year. Handoff. Tranel. It's past the original line of scrimmage for 4. Does bring up 4th down and 8.5, I would say.
Logan still with a 12-0 lead after 3.
Could be an interesting ball game next week
Could
up
be.
at Ellsworth.
Yep.
I think that art game's going to be awfully interesting, too.
Yes, it will.
As Trudell hitting Carter Hill, wide receiver, and did get the first down. Give him 11. They did the 16, got to the 15. Trips on this near side for Waunakee. Ivan Smith, one of the covering up the slot receiver, or the inside receiver, I should say, not the slot. But instead, it's a handoff.
No, Trudell
Oh,
kept
wait.
it.
Yes, he did. Sorry. He faked me out. And Trudell scores from 15 out.
He's been impressive, Joel, for a backup quarterback. I like the way he got the ball out on time on some of those quick routes. That time with a great play-action fake. Got a lot of people fooled. Yeah.
He got me on that one. I thought for sure that was a handoff inside to Tranel.
You and 3/4 of the defense.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was a handoff. My bad. I'll have better calls on better days. But, yeah, they got me on that.
And that's what they do. Trudell, a junior.
Right.
So next year they'll have him starting.
Yep.
You got Kraus right now, who's a fantastic quarterback, and then he's turned over to Trudell.
It's true.
There is no rebuilding for Waunakee.
Right. And you want to get that guy, you want to get your backup some opportunity, especially when you're up by this. You've watched Central already pull their starters. Say, forget it, Just a minute 51 left in the third quarter. As you said, this thing's flying by, and it was going to be when it was running clock. And so 48-6, Central with that lone touchdown on the throw from Rudrud to Growth.
Clock does not run on scores.
Right.
So that's why you see
they
it
stop
now,
it, and then they'll be right back after the kickoff. Lutz will probably waylay this into the end zone again.
The Central team going to be a work in progress, especially early in the season. What Central has going for it is their coaching staff. And we talked about the coaching staff before.
Yep.
They work tirelessly to figure out how to put the guys in the best positions possible to be successful. And you can bet they will. We saw it last year. Remember, we talked about it. They were 1-4. I said these guys look like they're losing sleep because they were.
Yeah.
They were staying up late at night trying to figure out how we can turn it around, and they did.
Yeah, our fireside chats with Coach Olson, there was a few rough ones. And you could tell he was tired.
Yep.
They were stressed. Reuben Smith in the back to return, along with Corbin Neer, the sophomore.
I know there's a lot of great coaching staffs in the state. I would put ours up against any of them. I really honestly believe every single one of those guys, the amount of work and time that they put into this sport is just commendable.
Yeah, it is. That's why we don't get Coach Arnold to help us out with the YouTube channel until after the season's over with.
That's right.
He'll be back with us, though, for basketball, I'm sure.
Coach Colburn joins the broadcast once in a while.
Yep.
You can always count on him when we're in a pinch.
Yep. He's helped us out before, too. He might not after what I said earlier this broadcast. Hopefully he hasn't muted when they go back and watch. But, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. But, yeah, especially when it comes to, like, wrestling. We need him for times for wrestling and things like that. So it's nice. You also had some extra broadcasters when you did baseball and softball this past year.
Mr. Hansen and Mr. Regner.
Yep.
You want experts? I got them.
That's true. You did.
You know.
Yeah, because I can't help you. Those games are at 4 o'clock, and I got kids at home. And
yeah, you're out in the spring, aren't you?
I just cannot help you. I helped you with girls soccer when it got to be nighttime playoff games.
Yep.
That's the only time I could help.
Again, Waunakee able to stretch the defense. And ball was down, thankfully.
Yep. Runner was down on that. I'm trying to get the number of the runner.
12.
Rustler was the tackler. 12. That's Seehafer, Robbie Seehafer. I could not see his number.
Got up slowly, too.
Yes, he did. Well, he took a shot from Rustler. Oh, Central, second down and 15. Interior handoff. Can't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. Say 2. 1. Trammell again on that. And third down and 12. That's it. Third quarter's over. 48-6 our score. We'll take timeout. Come right back.
Need a place to live or extra space to grow? Munson Realty's property management portfolio offers a wide variety of properties to fit all your business and housing rental needs in the La Crosse, Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota areas. Whether you're local or relocating, looking for a business space or a home for just yourself or even the whole family, Munson Realty is here to help you find the perfect place. Discover the right space with Munson Realty, your trusted partner in real estate.
Escape the hustle and bustle. At Pettibone Campground, you can enjoy nature with scenic river sites perfect for family adventures or solo getaways. We also offer the latest in camper rentals. Planning an event? Our rustic banquet hall is your dream venue. Whether it is a wedding, reunion, or corporate event, we cater to all with exceptional service and breathtaking views. Call 608-782-5858 or visit pettiboneresort.com. Pettibone Campground and Banquet Hall, located in La Crosse, is your perfect escape and event destination.
The La Crosse Central Alumni Association is a proud sponsor of the Central YouTube channel. The Central Alumni Association meets once a month with the main mission of providing scholarships to Central High School seniors so they can continue their academic pursuits. Last year, the Alumni Association awarded $63,000 in scholarships to 66 deserving Central students. For information on how to join the Alumni Association or donate, see our page on Facebook.
Incomplete pass. Corbin Neer on that attempt to him and incomplete. Did find out that was Olinger that had the carry, not Seehafer, on the previous play or earlier in this drive. And so 4th down and 12 after that incomplete pass as we were trying to come back from break. Didn't want to interrupt an ad, so Central looking to punt. Got the backup punter in there, too. Pretty good return. And a nice wrap-up and tackle, also a flag. Tackled by Walker. Oliver Walker with a great tackle.
Interesting what the flag is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was trying to figure out who the punter was, too, for Central because it might have been LaRue. 14. It was hard to tell. If it's 44, they don't even have a 44 on the roster.
It probably is because 44 kicked for the JV and we didn't have him on the roster.
Okay, solid. Well, Coach Olson did tell me that there was a couple of changes made to numbers. And so I'll write that down.
Well, I got Waunakee on holding. I was going to say, I thought the hit was pretty clean.
Yeah, it definitely was
almost
a clean
textbook.
Hit. Yeah. Walker had a head up. I mean, it wasn't like he was Malicious on that. Well, wouldn't this back up 10 then?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why didn't there was no penalty assessed? Unless that's what they're doing now, maybe.
Yes. From the 33, move it back. Under 10.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. The official, the official that marked it and the official that was on the sideline were off by a yard. And the official on the middle of the field was like, no, it's here. You play here.
33 to the 43, 10-yard penalty.
Right. This is handed off.
At the last second.
Tranel, yes. Yeah, it was held on for quite a while. Gain of 7. We won't be running through a whole lot here in the second half.
But Oliver Walker making another tackle, and this
Right.
is a chance for these guys to show what they can do at the varsity level.
Oh, over pursuit on that particular exchange. And Trudell with the first down. Gain 5. But yeah, you're exactly right. A Walker, a Smith. These guys, some of these guys have to show up and have to play big because you can't have Ironman football all season long for
Right.
Central. They have to develop some depth. Walker's in on that. Good pursuit. Takes down Tranel again.
This is where you show those coaches that, hey, when you need somebody, I can step in and do some things for you.
Right, exactly.
Put it on tape.
Walker's just a sophomore, going to get a chance to see him. So, yeah, I completely agree that this is the depth that Central has to have moving forward in the year, because you cannot be running Carter and Jones and Service and Rudrud and Growth and all these guys, every which way. Bouncing to the outside. Big run there for Tranel. Got out and inside the 10, so it'll be first down and goal at the 9-yard line for 19 on that run.
Carson Schilling pushes him out of bounds. First and goal.
Waunakee moving quickly, too, to set up. Bubble on the far side. That's right through the hands of Bukacek.
This is hard on some of these players out here. Schilling, another one that played the JV
Right.
game. So, doubleheader is pretty common in baseball, softball.
Right.
It's not real common in football. You don't do doubleheaders in football.
Well, and if you could see my page, my Central Riverhawk roster is one side of a page. Waunakee's goes down another page and a half, And so you're going to get tired legs, and there's Tranel scoring from 9 yards out. So Tranel scores and have the PAT coming up 54-6, but as you said, there's better days to come for the Riverhawks, and yeah, that's odd.
Scoreboard stopped on us again. It needs to be refreshed maybe, huh?
Yep. Well, Coach Arnold said that does happen when you
Yeah.
go to break sometimes, so I don't know. Odd. That PAT is through as well, so I'm going to make sure we get some other advertisements going. Thank our great sponsors, and we'll come back in just a moment.
The La Crosse Central Basketball Association is dedicated to developing the basketball skills and character of young athletes who will attend Central High School. Please check out our website, lcbahoops.org, for more information about our year-round basketball offerings.
The Central Booster Club is excited to work with you this school year. The Booster Club's mission is to promote and help finance the over 50 official Central co-curricular activities through fundraising efforts. Booster Club meetings are held in the Central Commons on the second Monday of each month during the school year. If you can't attend meetings, you can still help by volunteering at the school store and other events. With so many budget cuts, the role of the Booster Club has become even more important in supporting all Central activities. Sign up to stay updated on Booster Club activities by clicking the QR code. Go Riverhawks!
Don't miss a moment of the action. Be sure to follow the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel on Instagram and Facebook. On Facebook, search Central Riverhawks YouTube, and on Instagram, search Central Riverhawks Live.
Waunakee putting it back on the tee after their touchdown. 55-6 our score. Kick comes to the 10-yard line. Is this Smith again? I think it is. Reuben Smith on the return to the 33. Tripped up by Gatsky.
Nice little return there.
Yes.
Showed some nice moves. Again, get it on film.
Right.
Show these coaches what you can do, you know.
That's right. Yep, you're exactly right, Nami.
You know, it might be meaningless to the result of this game, but for these guys, this is their chance.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, go tell them.
Yep.
Go tell this group that's playing that it's meaningless. They're going to tell you, no, it's not. There's another handoff there. Jones getting that handoff. Even if 2. So Trammell getting lots of work. You said he had lots of work in the JV game.
And the problem with playing on a Thursday night is he's going to have to get up in the morning and go to school.
Right.
He's not going to want to talk about that.
No, true. Now we're nearing 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. We're at Ellsworth, then turn around at Reedsburg. We'll be back here in this facility on September 12th versus Baraboo. Waunakee off to Madison Memorial next week. How's that handoff and taken by, once again, Jones for a couple more. 3rd down and 5 for Central. I feel like a long time before we get back to Roger
that's crazy,
Herring
isn't it?
Stadium, yes. Almost a month, you know. I mean, think about it. But then our Dana had some extra vacation time, and she said, well, how do you have some like long road trips for football? You know, I could take maybe an extra day off here and there just to make it a 3-day weekend and stuff. And I started looking at, no, we do not. So Olinger on that carry. Loss of a yard, trying to stretch play there. Because you look at it, Central, after the trip to Reedsburg, they host Baraboo, they're at Logan, they host Sparta, they go to Toma, which that could be interesting, October 3rd, and we'll be on the roof. Hopefully the weather cooperates. They're at Holman and then host Onalaska. And the longest road trip after the Reedsburg is Toma.
We're actually not on the roof anymore in Toma. They added a second story.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Oh, so we'll be inside this year.
Yep. Well, maybe. Because they added a second story, but we still got pushed outside 2 years ago, so we'll see.
Yeah, I was going to say that's where we were outside last year, or 2 years ago.
No, that was last year. Why are we at Toma again?
Well, everything gets mixed around.
Yeah.
Coach Olson mentioned that to me, too. Did he say that on the air, or was that off the air? We talked so long off the air, too, as that punt to the 40.
Because we go to Logan again this year, too, right?
Yes. So everything gets switched around. I think he said it was every 4 years. And so everything gets jumbled up, and then that's why. They are also trying to do a rivalry week to end it. And so that way, like, Central would battle Logan at the end of the season, Onalaska Holman, Baraboo Reedsburg.
Toma Sparta,
that did not happen. That is being discussed, I think, through the football coaches and whatnot, but the schedule this year was already out. Tranel on that carry.
Nice tackle for loss there.
Yes, it was. -3 yards. Just 3 minutes left. So, yes, the schedule did definitely change. I didn't think we were at Toma last year, though.
We were. Remember, Zach came and visited us on his way home.
I thought that was 2 years ago. Oh, no, 2 years ago he was playing.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And, yeah, we were on the roof last year.
Yep.
You think we're going to get in this year?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. I don't think so. Back for a 8-yard gain on that. Waunakee with a 3rd down and 5. Any other update from Logan as they're playing right now against Ellsworth? A good tackle here.
Ollinger did a nice job. Yep.
Yes.
Blowing that play up.
Yes. Trudell with the loss. -1, and Central's got a kid down, though. That's never good to see.
Looks like a cramp.
Oh, yep. That's good. Yeah, if we could get another update for Logan and Ellsworth, that'd be great. Just to
Paging Matt Wimette.
Yes. I'm excited just for all this football. The other night, we were just discussing things at home, and we were talking about what we were going to do this weekend. And I said, I got football on Thursday night. And I looked at Dana and I said, it's Saturday? More football, and her eyes just rolled. Oh, man.
It's a good time of year.
Not for her. Although she will watch the Cyclones. That's the only team she'll watch. She will watch Iowa State with me. But other than that, she's like, I don't care, Joel. Just stop. So, yep, I think you're right. Just a cramp for the Central Riverhawks. 2:25 to play.
Matt got his page. We'll see what he says here. 2:58 left. Logan just fumbled on Ellsworth 17, but they're up 12-0.
Wow, trying to pitch a shutout.
3 minutes left.
Over Ellsworth. 2-score game, too, with 3 minutes. Looking pretty solid for the Logan Rangers to maybe get 1-0. All the other MVC teams besides Central and Logan playing tomorrow. As I said, most of them on the road except for Reedsburg. This punt high and bobbling it, but finally getting it was Smith. And then he gets waylaid around the 22-yard line. Man.
Got a fortunate bounce that came right back up to him.
Yes, he did. So the drives in the second half, pretty much all punts, besides 2 touchdowns for Waunakee, a 15-yard TD run by Trudell, and then Tranel had the 9-yard, and that's been the scoring here in the second half. Nami, if you have, you pretty much ran through the starters anyway because most of the starters did not play in the second half. So I would say your stats are pretty well done. I wouldn't go through everybody else's statistics when it comes to, Growth was probably the main guy that for offensive weapon because I think he had over 80 yards receiving because we do have to pick our Munson player of the game. And really we just have to go off of that first half. A gain of 3 here, but there's running low. I know you're picking somebody already because we're going to fire that up. And we're going to get out of here and pack up, and Ray and you and I will be back Tuesday night for volleyball. I need to get a hold of Coach Williams as well as the new boys soccer coach who did email us back already.
Isaac Smith, yeah, he's a good guy.
Coach Smith. I was blanking on the name. I had it in my head, but I was like, I don't want to say the wrong name. But, yeah, Coach Smith. So I'm hoping to get him on for a Zoom call. We've got cross country to talk about. I'm going to leave Buxton up to you.
Yep.
To talk about girls golf. You two can chum it up on the air.
Yep.
And talk about girls golf because they're going already too.
He is my administratively ordered BFF.
There you go. So, I kind of ran through everything. How about you? It's going to be 55-6. This scoreboard ended up
going in and out, huh?
Yeah, it was. Not sure. Well, not even the refresh didn't work this time. So, 55-6. Our score and final as Waunakee will go 1 3-0 on the year. Central fall 0-1. Best of luck to Waunakee as they move on and play Madison Memorial next week, and they'll head into the Badger Large in a couple of weeks. Central up to Ellsworth next week, and we'll certainly be covering that.
Joel, I think for Munson Realty Player of the Game, it's pretty simple. It was Connor Groth. 2 receptions, 69 yards, and had the long touchdown.
3 receptions. He had 1
receptions.
in the second half.
Did I miss that?
Yes.
3 receptions. So he had, 80 yards.
80
That's right.
yards.
We talked about it. I had him for 81. 3 receptions for 81 yards. And the touchdown got loose on a deep pass, able to score, the only score for the Riverhawks. And as we said earlier, the Riverhawks will have better days. Waunakee, just one of those teams that is a juggernaut and not a team that you want to open up the season with when you have a bunch of new guys playing new positions.
That is for sure. And so Central with the learning curve. We'll see how some of these young guys respond coming out next week at Ellsworth. As you said, they were down 12-0, so they might be looking at an 0-1 start too, falling short to Logan. But, yeah, like you said, they run into a buzzsaw tonight. Waunakee's going to be one of those teams that's going to be talked about throughout the entire year in Division I, and we just hope that Central learns, gets some good growth out of this, gets some stuff on film, comes back, plays a little bit better at Ellsworth next week. I think it'll be a much more interesting game when we go to Ellsworth next week. Hopefully we'll be there. We are already planning on going, and hopefully we got a spot in the press box. But congratulations to Connor Groth, too, as he is our Munson Realty Player of the Game. I think that's about it. We'll just wrap it right up. 55-6, our final score. For Ray George behind the camera, Nami George, color commentator, I'm Joel McCall. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll come back with volleyball Tuesday night against Toma. Have a great weekend here on the Central Riverhawks.